Just a quick disclaimer before getting into the recipe, what you're about to see is going to blow your mind. And you're going to thank me later. However, I personally take no responsibility if you get into trouble from your wife, your grandma, anyone in your family. It's on you, it's not on me. And let's get into it. G'day guys, how's it going? Welcome back to Sam's Home Kitchen. My name is Sam Lin. I'm a home cook who's really passionate about sustainability and more importantly, save money by making things at home, and hopefully I can help you guys do the same in your own kitchen as well. This week's recipe is slightly different. Well, not so much of making stuff, but more so learning a little hack on how to. So ever since I made the tortilla recipe, which is somewhere around here, there are a few comments whether it came through from Instagram or Facebook or the video itself. I was using this pan to make my tortilla, and then the comments were all saying that, oh, the tortilla is too small, the edges do flip up, and yada yada yada. And me being myself, I'm just always constantly trying to improve on things, and I wouldn't say that bothered me, but that's just constantly being in the back of my mind, just how can I do it better. So I've been on a hunt trying to look for barbecue plates that's big enough, that's cast iron, that will last forever, so I can pop it on the stove and then just have that massive surface area to cook my tortilla. But the more I thought about it, it just made me thinking that why am I acquiring something just to make that one thing that I maybe cook once every 2 weeks? So really part of being sustainable and part of being a little bit of a minimalism myself is that if there are replacements and substitutes that I can achieve the same goal, I'd rather have one tool that will achieve multiple things rather than building up my collection of junk. Which leads to today's video, a little hack that I came up with to make nice and round and big tortilla. And it's a really cool recipe, and I hope the recipe will blow your mind and also change the way that you make things in your own kitchen as well. Before we jump into the recipe, if you've been enjoying the video, make sure you give it a like down here. I would really appreciate your support. The little things that we do in the video, whether it's saving money, budget cooking, or just being creative and try to be a little bit more sustainable. My end goal is always to see if I can make our earth, our country, our place just a little bit better. So your little help of smashing the like button down below will really help out. Alright, enough of my talking, let's get cooking. Today's video, I won't be getting into the nitty-gritty of how to make tortilla, as I've previously made a full video on the exact recipe. I'll put the link to the video down in the section below, which you can check out after you finish this one. Here, I'm going to quickly whip up 3 portions of tortilla. I'm using a scale to basically half the ingredients listed out in my other recipe. 200 grams of flour, 1 gram of salt, 62.5 grams of water, 21 grams of neutral tasting oil. Give it a good mix until it comes together to form a shaggy dough. Keep working it in the bowl or pour it out onto the workbench and give it a good smacking. You can see the dough started out quite loose and then slowly gaining its gluten structure and forms into a proper dough. If you have dough sticking to your hand, don't wash it out. Dust some flour on your hand and then rub it off so nothing is wasted here. After kneading for about 3 to 5 minutes, the dough should be better composed and has got some good bounce to it. Now the dough is nice and smooth, next thing to do is rest the gluten in our dough so it'll be easier to roll them out. You can either put it in a plastic bag or leave it on the counter and just cover it with a bowl. Leave it for at least 20 minutes and we'll do some prep for the meantime. While the dough is resting, we're going to prep our burrito fillings. Tomato is a bit of an icon in Mexican dishes. Either keep it really simple as diced tomato, which is exactly what we're going to do today, or turn it into some refreshing salsa. I had some beans cooking on the stove just earlier. To make sure our burritos don't come out soggy, I'm going to scoop out all of the tomato seeds into the beans before dicing it up. This way, the beans gain extra flavor and nothing is wasted. Cut the top end of the tomato open. Depends on how ripe your tomato is, you can either just squeeze it out or use a spoon to scoop it out. Your tomato should look something like this after being de-seeded. We then can cut it in half into slices and dice it all up. The end result is some tomato dices packed with flavor minus the mess that comes with it. And what's even better? Now we're going to cook down our beans and all of the lovely tomato flavor is going to concentrate and bring the beans up a notch. Onto the stove at medium heat. Add a pinch of salt for seasoning. And we'll cook down our beans until soft and tender. Come back to our chopping board. Can't miss out on some avocado while they're in season and super cheap. I always cut my avocado the long side, but recently I've been seeing some people cutting it the short side, like around the waist. Leave a comment down below on how you normally cut your avocado. Here's another trick to share with you. Did you know that you can store your cut avocado in water? Put it in a container and just cover it with water. Insulating air from the avocado, your avocado will stay fresh and no cling wrap is wasted in the process. Put the lid on and it can stay in the fridge for at least a couple of days. Now, our tortilla dough is fully rested. Dust the bench with some more flour. Divide it up into 3 equal portions and it's time to roll them out. Dust the divided dough with more flour so they don't stick to the rolling pin, and then just go to town. Once the tortillas are rolled out, we need to get our pan hot to toast them. Pan on high heat, and here comes the cooking hack for you. We want to flip the pan over and use the bottom of the pan to cook our tortilla. There's 70% more surface area on the bottom of the pan since we can utilize the sides as well. This way, we can make much bigger tortillas like never before. Flip a tortilla over once you get some air bubbles. If you accidentally overcook your tortilla and make it a little bit too crispy, spray it with some water and it'll rehydrate and become softer again. Now, our tortilla is all done. Just look at the size of it. It's something that I wasn't able to achieve without the hack. I've got the old video on the side here for the size reference. Last thing to do is to assemble our burrito with our prep fillings. Start with some beans, some diced tomato, shredded cheese, and some protein of your choice. I made some poached chicken and it was juicy as fuck. Some avocado, salt and pepper. Last but not the least, some of my homemade fermented hot sauce. Stay tuned for a future hot sauce video. Roll it up. And that's our burrito done. Final product, we've got our burrito here. The tortilla is nice and soft, and the size of it just wraps the entire thing so well. Yeah, I know. Need to work on that filling and tortilla ratio, but boy oh boy, it was delicious. Alright, and that's our burrito done. I know it's not the most authentic burrito. I even forgot to smash our avocado and turn it into guacamole, and then how it's wrapped. You can see there's a whole bunch of tortilla over here. So by no means this is how you should be making burrito, but I thought I'd just share my little life hack. I've been making my tortilla this way for the past couple of times and the result is amazing and I'm super stoked. The tortilla comes out really soft and then the size of it is just incredible. I haven't been able to achieve that by just cooking it the proper way, so I'm going to dig in and let you know what I think. The poached chicken, my god, super juicy, incredible. Alongside with some beans and the freshness from coming out from the avocado and tomato, and then the homemade hot sauce. It's incredible. Seriously, this is the best way to make tortilla, in my opinion, in my kitchen. So no offense to any of my Mexican friends out there. If you have better suggestions, I am all ears. Please leave a comment down below. Let me know how it went. If you learned something, if you enjoyed the video, make sure you give it a like and consider subscribing. I put out a new video on a weekly basis. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to get back to my dinner and I will see you in the next video.